Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the greatest show on earth. Jindra, Bint and Jindra, Bint Violet, Bint Akatosh. First of my line, and you have found what to play next. Everything is awesome in gaming. My face is just huge on this. I forgot that I changed the aspect ratio. We'll go through one and see if, like, it's doable. So if you feel like you're playing with me, not skip to the next video. So, where were we? This is one of the greatest RPGs of all time, obviously. Elder Scrolls is the greatest RPG of all time. It's the one that my father and I were in. But this is right up there. It has a nested storyline. It really takes you in, and it was the first game. Azure Bonds, and the gold boxes were the first game where you could carry your characters through. But this was the first mainstream RPG where you could do that. So in Mass Effect 2, your choices carry through all the characters around you, etc., etc. You could load your characters previously. So we just saved a colony. The Gath.
It'll be tough going, but we'll make this a home. Some might call us crazy for staying here, but home is where you make it.
They're synthetic robots. They were made by the Quarians. And we're trying to chase down a rogue spectre. We're an assassin.
So Jenny learned their lesson.
It's nice to finally get the support we deserve.
Start over.
We came here looking for clues. Found a little bit. This was where Saren was last seen. He was trying to take over this massive sentient dandelion, essentially.
Oh, thanks again. Data will be very valuable once I get out of here.
And this corporation was funding it. Didn't tell the colonists.
Jenny better fund us like they agreed to in the first place.
I hope everyone just leaves us in peace now.
If Jenny had just put in a bit more support from the start.
They got dive bombed by the Gath. They were busy being mind controlled by this plant. Oh, apparently a couple thousand years old, and that's how it used to survive. So we're about to bounce up out of here. Go on to the next. This was a main mission story. So we might do like a side quest or something. When you do go into a universe, you can explore the different planets. So there's a couple different things going on. It's not like you just corralled into
for everything you did.
All my thank yous. My feel goods.
I have my own thoughts again. Thank you, Commander.
Thanks, Commander. It's great to be free again.
I'm trying to see if there's anything
I can
else.
say for that plan is it made me forget how hungry I am.
Ugh.
Theros will be back in shape in no time, Commander. We'll make sure of it.
I was technically a commander before I was promoted. I'm an independent.
Tell me you survived the coups. Glad you're on our side.
Alright, let's see if I can hack this thing. There's so many options in it. It blends sci-fi and traditional RPG so well. It's just so impressive. Did that, you know? While decrypting these logs, we found something suspicious. Several months' worth of human rations were delivered to an uncharted world in the Voyager cluster. The logs aren't clear, but it appears they may have been dropped off somewhere in the Amazon system. Okay. Stuff like that will give you the little side quests, or it'll give you context when you run into them. And additional conversation options sometimes, stuff like that. Incredible the way that they use. Some people really do like these slides, so I try to make a point of looking at them. Since in the Codex, you run into behind my head.
After the Geth secure a location, they round up and impaled. Varen are omnivores, with a preference for living prey. Originally native to the Krogan homeworld of Tuchanka, they are, like most life from Tuchanka,
like you would in any of the Ages of Empires, that sort of thing, that showed you the slide. Are things better?
I'm free. Thank you for giving me my mind back.
Thank you for everything you tried to do here.
They were suffering really badly when we got here.
I can't believe I'm free.
I'm starting to get the migraines, stuff like that, and really just go down from the mind control. So it was getting really real. Bad, honestly. I should probably check in with Fidan before I go. He's the colonist leader. and then we'll just bounce up out of here. You'll love my pilot. Joker is incredible. So far, we really haven't had a whole lot in the way of interaction, so we'll keep it short because I gotta shrink my camera down. Hollis, refugees.
I will do what I can to assist the colony in this difficult time. I am ashamed of the damage done to the lives of these people.
She was with Saren. This is an interesting trust faithfall here.
Tell me more about this ship Saren has.
Sovereign is alien. I do not know how it was built or where it comes from. Its design does not match that of any known spacefaring species. It dwarfs any vessel in the Citadel or Alliance fleets. Its weapons are devastating. Its defenses virtually impenetrable. With it, Saren believes he is unstoppable.
Who's mine?
You said Saren uses it to manipulate his followers.
The indoctrination. There is an energy about Sovereign. You feel drawn to the ship. It makes Saren's arguments more persuasive, more compelling. Spend enough time in Sovereign's presence and you will lose yourself. There is no other way to explain it.
Farewell, Shiala.
Farewell, Commander. I wish you well in your hunt.
I'm not gonna run it again, especially because my camera is cutting
It's so
into it.
hard, but any thought of my own caused so much pain.
So while they were busy, you know, being experimented on, this is really a common trope, honestly. Humans get such bad reps for such things. While they were busy being experimented on, you know, elsewhere in the world, Saren was using Sovereign to influence people. Hold on, did I get turned around here? Yeah, that's Shiala. To influence people, through, like, charisma, rather than direct mind control. Mind control is definitely more scientific, obviously. And the charisma of this ship, at least that seems... I'm very traditional in some ways. I did look through the Baldur's Gate era where they standardized everything. So...
It will take time for things to get back to normal around here.
Pull it now.
Thank you for freeing us.
Alright, so this is out. I remember her working on this when I came. See if we can cut through. Wait, where's May?
Finally, that damn thing is out of my head. I can think without pain. I still need the power cells for this generator, though.
Would it help if I brought in some power cells from the Normandy? We can certainly spare a few.
The top-of-the-line ship doesn't use the same parts as the old generator we've got. The cells just aren't compatible.
If I find anything while I'm looking around, I'll send it your way.
Thank you, Commander. I appreciate it.
I forgot we never did find power cells along the way, and I don't think it was overlooked. I explored the whole thing pretty thoroughly. There was only one thing I couldn't decrypt, so I'm kind of surprised by that. I suppose I could go back in, but I don't really think that I'll find, you know, very much. Well, my Dan bounced, so we're out. I'm not gonna go digging around for power cells when I don't have an exact location on them. Place is like so bad. There's the Blakes. These roads. Jog it out. Reynolds, May. This open? No. I did want to speak with him before I went. He was tangled up in some nasty stuff. So I had hoped to clear it up. But I don't recall there being another storyline, so just cut out here. Refugee. May was back there. Nope. Definitely not. There's his second. That'll bring me back. I love trying to find people when you don't have like a location on them. It's so fun. Alright, well, that is what it is. I don't think I can open any of these. You can loot as you go, which is nice. You just basically go crates. Alright, let's head out. I missed my ship anyways. You'll love the Normandy. She's beautiful. She gets really good at counting of herself too, the pilot. Yeah, very talented. Like I said, you'll love Joker. Great attitude. Something wrong with his legs, so wound up becoming a space pilot. Wicked sense of humor as a result. You do get to have a relationship. We finally caught up with TV in whatever this was, 2003. You do get to have a relationship with one of your crew members. Unfortunately, Joker is not a choice, ironically. It does have to be one of your ground teams. So, I don't really see the difference.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Even though you are a human, so there's a natural grouping where they assume for your loyalty. Spectres report to
decontamination in progress.
I was surprised that they gave us a ship. I know that it was like partially.
Are you okay, Commander? You look a little pale.
It's that damn cipher. That Asari messed you up good. And for what? We still don't know where to find the stupid conduit. What a waste.
Well, they gave me a decryption for this vision that I'd seen to give me more information on.
She said it could take a while.
Saren.
I needed the cipher. It's going to lead us to the conduit. I'm just not sure how yet.
We still have another lead, Commander. That Asari scientist in the Artemis Tau cluster, the Matriarch's daughter. She's an expert on the Protheans. Maybe she knows something.
Don't worry. We'll deal with her soon enough. Crew dismissed.
We have a meeting after this mission.
I've sent off the Pharos report, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Heck yes!
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Commander, Exogeny should have told us about the Thorian. It would have made your job much easier.
You might have been able to capture it for study instead of destroying it.
The Thorian liked to enslave minds. Anyone who studied it would have ended up as one of its thralls.
Perhaps it's for the best, then. At least the colony was saved.
Of course it was saved. Shepard would go to any lengths to help a human colony.
Aww.
Being human had nothing to do with it. They were in trouble.
Admirable. But sometimes Spectres have to make sacrifices. I hope you're willing to do that when the time comes.
Goodbye, Commander. We will be waiting for your next report.
What? Alright. Everything that you study goes into the codex. So if you are into those transparent slides in the sci-fi that you see so often in the sci-fi, then that is definitely an option for you. They tend to staff Navy boats with Marines rather than going Air Force.
Yes, Commander.
Program like they had. Looks like a big.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Here, yeah. You can go down into the belly of the beast. I think I'm gonna go check on Joker. He phoned in while I was down Earth's, top side, Earth side. Because the colonists were trying to storm.
Hey, Commander, next time we touch down, let's try not to park the ship in a colony of mutant zombies. Just thinking out loud here.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I have to go.
Alright, see you.
Alright. So, I mean, mission accomplished there. Galaxy map is awesome. It does allow you to kind of get this overarching view of things before you go out. Dr. Chakwas was interesting. I don't think she has anything to contribute outside of her original purpose prior to, or excuse me, until after, later on in the story. I try not to spoil her, despite the fact that I have played through this, I was so crushed that I decided to play it again. I played it on someone else's console. Some people watch TV shows together, play video games. It's my family, it's how we were. I guess Bethesda really influenced us in that
Commander,
way.
Do you have a minute?
I always make time for my officers.
Off the record, I think there's something wrong here. This Saren is trading people to aliens for some kind of lost knowledge, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. It's funny, we finally get out here, and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
Well, well. You're a romantic. Did you sign on for the dream, Malenko? Secure a man's future in space?
Yeah, I read a lot of those books when I was a kid, where the hero goes to space to prove himself worthy of a woman he loves, or, you know, for justice. Or maybe I was a romantic in the beginning, but I thought about it after brain camp. Biotic acclimation and temperance training. I'm not looking for the dream. I just want to do some good. See what's out here.
You got a beef, dude.
Sorry if I got too informed. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
I wonder what nationality he is. That would have happened, you know what I mean? Or if they just drew from Earth, like the whole thing.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades, right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
DC camp.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
And you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana, who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich, but she was smart. And charming as hell. Beautiful. But not stuck up about it. Like you, I guess.
Have you met someone from Turkey? Their culture is very different and very wealth-oriented. Not entirely, but it definitely comes across, even in the language, which in Turkey is Arabic. So... surprised.
Sounds like she was special to you.
The Turkish
She was. Maybe she felt the same, but things never felt together. Training, you know.
That's you, yo.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Sounds like spooks.
Jump Zero's a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a bull session about stuff that happened years ago.
I wanted to get to know you a little better, that's all. Thanks for the talk, Caden.
Well, you're welcome, man.
Yeah, Caden, I'm like...
You, make a habit of getting this personal with everyone?
No, I don't. We'll talk again later.
Like, going for it.
I'll need some time to process that, Commander.
Here's her, like...
Yeah, I'd like that.
Talk to Ashley. Bandy about with the humans, Shepard's locker. Debriefing with your crew is cool. Gamers are much more casual. The military doesn't frown on personal relationships. It does frown on personal relationships with your superiors. Gamers are much more casual about this sort of thing, which is fine. It's supposed to be entertaining, and like I said, they have Marines on a Navy boat. We have Air Force. It's an Air Force program. Space Force is drawn almost entirely from the Air Force. It's not like Special Forces where, you know, they're Army heavy and then they, you know, mix it in or whatever. From what I understand so far. A little bit behind, but... Well, but okay. Like
how are you?
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
I already did this.
That's a good question.
Should bring him with
There were several reasons, I guess.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was CSEC, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
Whoa.
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate, me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
Ouch!
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
Guys, man.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
You know what we do, boy?
It won't be long now. Saren's
My boy,
good,
Blue.
but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
I'd hate to be named after a gas, too.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
It's got a bad attitude.
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
It was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
Ouch.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah.
He was a merc.
Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Alrighty.
So long, Rex.
So,
Shepard.
He's a bad dude. Bottom line. Alright, well, I am in Ginger. This is what to play next. I'm going to cut it here because I feel like we're kind of about to go into another story. I like to kind of keep those piecemeal. So, thank you so much for coming on with the ride. The link is in the description below if you want to play or play along. If you want to talk to us, hit subscribe, make this chick smile. Also, down there, Gamer Grind delivers coffee to your door, and it is Gamer Coffee. So, definitely hit that up. We have merch there, or at least we will by the time this goes up. So, if you are a pirate queen, if you know a pirate queen, if you love pirate queens, or if you just want to go into denial about your stack of unfinished games and continue playing, get a What to Play Next mug. With myself, Serenity Wolf, the Pirate Queen, Queen Aliera of Wayrest, the Runaway Queen, the Thief, the Arm Stealer. On it, or at least my logo. So, like I said, we love you guys. We will see you in the next video.